Hey, welcome back everybody. Today we are talking about the Jade skin picks and the bans that are going to be happening, the T update in our next big mode of transportation, horses. And again, I'm a Jade Monkey. We are talking about Rust Console Edition for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, next generations, and everything in between. Okay, so we did just get a new set of skins that came in, so we're definitely going to be hitting that up. We're going to be talking about bans here because we've had a lot of questions about this and a lot of comments, so I just kind of want to give it like a basic rundown. This is more or less a review, but there's some people that may not know. So a lot of people are like, hey, I use Kronos or something, or I use just a mouse and keyboard adapter. Zen, Zim, Kronos, I think Kronos and Zen are the same thing. Any mouse and keyboard adapter, when you use it inside of Rust Console Edition, is a bannable offense. And some people are like, well, I can... you know, it's like an input spoofer. It acts like a controller. It's all bannable. They're not going to say when they're going to do it or how they're going to do it, but they are going to crack down on this even more, which is great news for people playing legit. If you don't believe me, Warzone, Apex, Rainbow Six Siege, Fortnite, just off the top of my head, because when they have lobbies that are just for controllers, that's what they want. So it makes sense. So just remember, just because you can come up with an argument in your head that you think is going to work is not going to make it so you get so you don't get banned. So this is, I'm warning you guys, if you're on this habit, kick it now, because you're going to be awfully upset when you get banned and like you can't get to your skins and you're like, well, it was my brother or something. You'd be like, no, if you use it on that account and you're inside of Rust Console, it's a bannable offense. The EULA that we all accept definitely says that. So it's just like a nice blanket warning to tell everybody. And I'm sure we'll have comments. I mean, look for them under this video. People will be like, well, they can't detect mouse and keyboard because it's like connected to the controller and whatever. No, it's a bannable. Get them out of here. Okay, so the next big thing that we have, our big mode of transportation after farming Cultivator update comes through, is going to be horses, and that's very exciting. We already have a lot of the pieces for horses. The composter and the horse dung that drops off of these horses already in the game even before these guys come in. So they're definitely going to be the next big piece after Cultivator does come out. And speaking of Cultivator, we've got that coming in next. It should be the 25th of May. Some people just don't know yet, so we thought we'd throw it out there. So it's going to have all the farming pieces. We're going to have the tea tables. So you can make up, or I'm sorry, it's the mixing table, and you can make teas from it. Hello, tongue twister, what's up? So if you haven't had a chance to go over there to the PTB and check it out, I'd highly recommend it. It is a blast. The terrain update comes with it. It's also a performance kick for everybody. So if you're looking to get started with farming, to hit the ground running, whether you're going to build it or add it to your, like a separate base, or you're going to add it to your honeycomb, I have the Rust farm set up. I'll go ahead and link that now in the upper right-hand corner. It's just going to help you hit the ground running and kind of, just to experiment with the farming stuff. It's not really going to ruin anything. It's just going to help you get started. Okay, on to the skins. So it's worth noting, I think it was last week, we had a special item rotation, and it's the second jackhammer skin that we've gotten. So I thought that one's pretty sharp. I want to say it's like 350. I could be wrong on that for us coins. I just wanted to put that out there and be like, hey, that's going to be around for another week or so. So if you're in the market for a jackhammer skin, it's on the special item side. So go ahead and scroll over and check it out. Okay, so onto our skin sets. This is a repeat, and this one's not too bad, especially if you need some boxes that have light up corners. I think they're the most valuable deployables as far as boxes are concerned, because you have light up edges on the short side, long side, and on the top. And you have indicators, like label indicators, in this case iconography, on top, and colors to help you sort boxes. Definitely a good box set. It is a repeat. It's going for 970 RC, and really you can pick two of these out of here, any two. I don't really have picks for this one because it's kind of like what you want. So if you're going to go on a budget, my Jade picks are based off of like, hey, if you can't buy the whole set, I break down like the green set and then like the orange set. So if you want to kind of pick and choose between what I have there and see the reasoning, maybe it'll help you whittle it down if you have a limited amount of RC. I'd recommend, if you don't have any of the light up deployable boxes, this is a great set to grab. I think 970 is definitely reasonable because you're always going to be putting stuff in boxes. And having the light up edges is definitely a big deal, because now that we have Cultivator, right, now that we have all this, you've noticed that with the terrain update, the night times are extremely dark. So navigating through your base without having any lights, these little indicators on the side of the boxes definitely help out a lot. Same with the doors. You can see it's going to be a reoccurring theme. So I'm a big fan of the doo-doo box, the general component box, and then we have, let's see, the The gun box and then we have the armor box are like my favorites. But again, if you want to do them in pairs, really once you get the third one, it's you might want to think about getting like the whole set itself and get that bonus. Just saying, just putting that out there. And you can see what this looks like at nighttime. I have it on the right-hand side, and then on the left-hand side you can see the other part of it as well. Just kind of wanted to capture what it's going to look like for you as best I can. Okay, on to the next set. This, I think, is probably one of the better sets. It's the most expensive one for sure. Yeah, by far. So having these breakdowns is definitely going to be a thing. So we have the Army Surplus Architecture going for 1,890, or I'm sorry, 820. Man, I really can't read. Rust coins, and you save 16% in the bundle, and it's like, ouchie. So really, if you have limited RC and you want to get these, here's my breakdown. So the green set, and this is going to seem a little weird, is the sheet metal door for $475, and then the other one is the sleeping bag for $350. Here's why. We don't have a lot of double door sets. Now, the double door does not light up, just so you know. Oh, there it is. It is metal, and we don't have a lot of double doors, and it's just kind of nice because inside the base, before you have the garage doors, these are really nice stop gaps and they open faster. So a lot of times you'll have these mid to even late game. So having a colored door like that is definitely very useful. But here's the most useful skin, I think, so far. Is the camo sleeping bag. Think about it. You're in a forest biome. You drop this in some shrubbery. It's absolutely invisible. So very functional both on PC and on the console side. Probably one of the best camo bags, I think, to date that we have on console, hands down. So this is super valuable. If you only have 350 and you want a functional skin, we're always putting bags down, so this is probably the best one by far. But don't get me wrong, I love deployables, especially doors and doors that light up. So that's why on the second set, the orange set, I have the garage door that does have little light up trim, which again really helps you navigate through the base. You know, garage doors are good mid to late game as well. They're definitely things that are very permanent. You use them quite a bit throughout your base because it's the most cost-effective door that we have. So this light up door is definitely a must, a chef's kiss, as it were. And then we have a nice double door skin, armored double door skin that has a little bit of light up trim, again, really helping you with navigation. So that's definitely late game, mid, but definitely late game. I guess if you're a Chad, it would be early to mid, right? But yeah, the armored door is definitely really nice. If you have the RC to do it, this is a great set overall because that sheet metal door is also very, very sharp. But if you're going to go with budget, since it doesn't light up and there's no vents down there as far as I know that actually like let you see through the door, yeah, I would say it's a beautiful door, don't get me wrong, and this whole set is definitely worth it, but I know it's expensive. So if you're really trying to look for a way to cut back on the RC, I think the green set is the best as far as functionality, and the orange set is also very functional, but it's definitely mid to late game, so kind of use that or base your decision off of that. But as I said, if you can afford it, the 1800 is steep, but this is definitely a good set because you're always using deployables, right? I love deployables; they're my favorite. Okay, so on to the last set here, and I don't want to make this too terribly long. We have the Keshig. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Veteran, all right? We'll just call it Leather Fancy Boy. It's going for 980 RC. That's a reasonable Rust coin for this particular set. You have nice like metal face mask and even the hoodies and pants, I think, overall. So if you're in the market for this type of setup, this isn't too bad. 980 is definitely reasonable. You can see it has a lot of detail in the face mask. It looks really sharp. We have the chest piece there, and then we have the hoodie itself. Okay, so the breakdown. So since this is 980, the first set, or the green set, is going to be the metal chest plate and the face mask because they do go together. The metal face plate can definitely be used with your armor, or your, I mean definitely with your armor, but with your road sign armor, your chest and the kilt. Oftentimes you'll see that until you build up to the metal chest plate here, because let's be honest, it costs a lot of high quality to maintain those chest plates, especially if you're losing them all the time and your base needs the upkeep, or you need the update, or I should say upgrade to the base itself. Okay, anyways, on to the orange set, the secondary set. We have the pants and hoodie because they do match up. Again, it has really nice, it's a little bit ornate, but it's like just enough. There's no glowing parts, so it's very functional, and I think it looks real classy. So I definitely like this set a lot. So that's the breakdown for the Jade picks. We have the machete and the bow. Those are also really beautiful touches there, especially on the hunting bow, but again, it goes really nice with the complete set for 980 Rust coins. Those are the sets that we have up to this point. If you're like, hey man, What about these Rust custom servers coming up? Because I'm waiting for this. Well, this is all of the information we have on Rust custom servers to date. It should be up on the end screen now, and hopefully we get to see you in the next live stream /video. Love ya. Bye.